We are so glad that the CADISC has provided a chance to give an orientation for the school principals and teacher mentors who really mentor the students with constructing of idea. And today we have both the school heads as well as the mentors of the students in the school. We say call them teachers anyway. So I have, Ma'am Anu, can I record the session? I am recording the session.
Yeah, sure, sir. You can.
Okay. So here we go. I introduced Ma'am Anu. She is a program executive of CADIS in our district, Kozhikode, and she has actually arranged the session for us. It is, I think, it's being for the fourth year, I suppose. I'm not sure. The YIP came up with a very interesting program for kids. And last year we had experience of participating in the district level and the state level, and students have a great exposure through the process, through the journey of this program. And this year the students are so excited to be part of it. And now I thank Ma'am Anu and the rest of the members for providing opportunity for us to give orientation. So
Sir, Unnikrishnan.
Ma'am Anu, please, over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the session. Unnikrishnan sir has arrived.
Okay.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Unnikrishnan sir, kelkavo.
Unnikrishnan sir, I'll make him also the co-host.
Okay.
I also would love to know about Unnikrishnan. I mean, we would love to we have read Unnikrishnan sir the profile, and we're so glad that Unnikrishnan sir is coming and doing the session. One of my friends, Mr. Janagi, is working in the CADISC, and he talked about a lot of things about Unnikrishnan sir the other day, last year. So Janagi is doing some other project, not in the YIP, some other project in Wayanad. So from him, we have got lots about Unnikrishnan sir. So, Anu ma'am, over to you, please.
Thank you, Mr. Dalshad.
Hi.
Janki had been, is working with us on particularly Manjari project.
Yes.
The source for us.
Yes.
So, can I, my colleague Manu is also online. Manu, can you share the presentation? Manu? Yeah, I have a presentation made on YIP. I will run through the presentation quickly, and then and after that we can have the questions from the faculty and students who were assembled. I think it is basically a session with the faculty. Is it?
Yes. We have school principals, school heads, as well as school teachers.
Okay. Manu, can you share the presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
I think the presentation is seen by everybody. Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are able to see.
Kerala Development Innovation Strategy Council is a department of the government of Kerala, which has been formed recently in 2018. March 24, 2018 was the inauguration of CADISC. CADISC is perceived as a strategic think tank of the government of Kerala, which works at the cutting edge on new technologies. It is the vision of CADISC is a comprehensive and inclusive Kerala through the creation of a healthy and conducive ecosystem for transformative and bold innovations through new directions in technology, product, and process innovations. We have three streams. One is holistic and quality human development in Kerala, which of course the Marcus group of institutions is also focusing on. And knowledge center technology based local economy with global connect and enhanced social inclusion, participation, and self-reliance is another objective of KDISC. The KDISC the KDISC program framework. Can we go to the next slide, Manu? Can we go to the next slide, please?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The KDISC program framework consists of three components. A competency development program based on design thinking. Design thinking, as you might be aware, is something which has been developed by the Stanford University. Is supposed to be one of the most effective approaches in real life problem solving and enterprise building, and also active learning. Active learning means learning based on understanding things. Making Kerala ready for Industry 4.0. All of you are aware of the industrial revolutions. The industrial revolution which happened in Europe in the 16th and 17th century is what we usually refer to as Industry 1.0. Industry 2.0 is the global knowledge revolution which happened in the 80s with the growth of information technology and computing, and with which the processing of information has become extremely fast and possible through very small devices, which we call the computers or personal computers, laptops, tablets, etc. The Industry 3.0 is what we usually refer to as the Internet revolution, which is also which also marked the onset of collaborative working of people across the globe together using the possibilities of information as well as communication technologies. And Industry 4.0 is the new regime which is emerging with the merger of the great advances in bionics and nanotechnology, and as well as robotics, machine language, and artificial intelligence, which we refer to as the cyber area. So this is what we call Industry 4.0. It is represented by machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, robotics, unmanned vehicles, or drones as we call it. All these are covered under the definition of Industry 4.0. And thirdly, we are also involved in enhancing inclusion participation, which includes participation of children who are physically and mentally challenged, as well as groups of minorities, the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, etc. Can we go to the next slide? The Young Innovation Program is a flagship program of KDISC. It has been modeled based on the National Science Foundation Program of Innovation. You might know that National Science Foundation, 2 days back, there was a report there was an interview in the editorial page of Hindu by the director of National Science Foundation, USA. National Science Foundation has been formed in the United States of America 40 years back by the Senate, which is looking after the federal science funding. And the NSF website talks about support given to 340 Nobel laureates who have grown basically because of the federal funding which was made available by National Science Foundation. We have modeled our program based on the National Science Foundation. Of course, we don't have the resources which they have at their disposal, both in terms of financial resources as well as the human resources which are at the disposal of the National Science Foundation. We are proud that we are the only state in the country which has initiated a program of this type and magnitude. The objective of the program is to nurture young talents interested in pursuing cutting-edge research in academics and business model building. We have two objectives. Generally, the Startup Mission and the various other innovation programs in the country focus on business development. But apart from business development, we also do innovation which is socially relevant, which might not be relevant as a business, but also would make meaning because it's a socially important problem. For example, providing cheap water to the marginalized. cheap and quality safe water to the marginalized, providing safe food to everybody. These are sort of objectives which cannot be completely looked at as business opportunities only. There could be a business component in that, but of course the social aspect predominates. Capacity building of mentees around design thinking is our overall methodology. We do mentoring. Mentoring is different from teaching because here we actually bring up the capabilities of a group of people to develop an idea, then translate that into an actual product development or process development for the market or for the society. This requires a variety of grouping skills and also coping skills, with looking at what is the environment, which is completely different from the usual skills that are imparted in school or an institution. So we provide a mentoring framework. We also train the mentors who come as a part of the program. So my request to the Markers group is basically, number one, to get students onto it and take the advantage of this program, and they will be able to get a variety of skills around design thinking. Apart from that, I would also request the faculty members to become mentors on the program, to take advantage of this and also obtain skills in mentoring, which is around the framework of new product development, which has been developed by the industry during the last 2 centuries as a mechanism for product development. IIM Calicut is giving us input on new product building. Now, as a part of this program, we are not looking at individual youngsters to come up with ideas, but on the other hand, we want groups of students. We would require groups of 2 to 5 candidates to come up with brilliant ideas, which are path-breaking, which are cutting edge, which are basically solutions for the problems around us, solutions for the problems of the common man around us, especially along with problems which are exciting in their academic or intellectual or knowledge arena as well. YIP is defined as is designed as an institution-based program with a hub and spoke model. The children are requested to come into the program, but their programs would be essentially linked through the institution so that there will be some continuity in the institution around the teachers. Even if the students for this particular batch go, there will be some continuity in their activity at the institution level. So we are looking forward to an institution-based program with institutions and mentors actively involving in the program. Apart from the particular merit of the idea, we are also looking at the grouping skills, the skills like inquisitiveness, spirit of inquiry of the children, passion for the idea. These are the group skills which are important for them to succeed. This also we are assessing as a part of our idea evaluation. Can we go to the next slide? We have 2 challenges as a part of this program. One is the Mastro challenge, which is for the present. It is basically the post-pandemic COVID-19 and the post-pandemic situation, solutions for handling that. And we have, as a part of the STAR challenge, around 20 sectors which we have identified: agriculture, animal husbandry, dairy, fisheries, forestry, energy, drinking water, solid waste disposal, problems of the child, problems of the elderly. Then the Ayush related streams like Ayurveda, Homeo, Unani, Siddha, Yoga, and apart from that, the problems of modern medicine, biomedical and biomedical engineering. A variety of such subjects have been identified, and we also have a umbrella program called the business development and also problems relating to climate change and disaster mitigation. So these are the themes on which the children have to register and come up with ideas. We have a application window which has been created, which is a very simple thing. Basically, what we have to do is that number 1 requirement is that the institute has to be registered with us. We are even if the institute is not right now registered, we can go ahead and then do the registration very quickly. The person who is going to register the idea can just note down the name of the institution, the mail ID, and the mobile number of the head of the institution, and we will follow up with the institution to do the institutional registration, and the kid or the mentor or the teacher can go ahead with the idea registration. Once a primary contact is registered, all the communications relating to YIP will be sent to that primary contact. The primary contact in the case of school children, we would prefer that to be either a guardian or a teacher. Now, for each idea, as I indicated, we want a group of 2 to 5 ideators to be part of the program. Their details have to be uploaded, the name, the mobile number, the mail ID, and also the identity card, basically the photographic identity in the school or the college, or the Aadhaar card have to be uploaded. Once this is done, then provision for idea registration will be available. The idea in short, in one line, has to be given. What the idea is attempting to solve. What is the problem that the idea is attempting to solve? Who are the beneficiaries of this solution? How is this solution different from other solutions which are available? What would be the time frame required for making this idea into a product or a process? These are all indicative timelines.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mr. Dilshad.
yes, yes.
Any problem?
Unnikrishnan sir got off. I think,
Got any connection issue?
could be. Manu.
Okay.
Yeah, we are resolving it, sir.
Okay. By the way, I would love to ask the participant to mention your name and the designation and the name of the school in the chat box so that we will understand one of the participants.
Manu,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, so I have almost come to the close of my presentation. So basically, Manu, I mean, there is no need to share the screen now because I have run through the presentation completely. So basically what we require is that for the idea has to be finalized. The idea in a preliminary form has to be provided. Idea in a preliminary form has to be provided. Thus,
Excuse me, let me mute everybody and then I'll unmute. Unnikrishnan sir, please unmute. You are not audible right now. Please unmute yourself, Unnikrishnan sir. Yes, right now, fine.
Right now, all is required is to provide a draft of the idea. There is no necessity for the complete blueprint of the idea to be available. This gets evolved in a number of stages. There will be a preliminary evaluation where the ideator would have the option of presenting this idea and refining it. Once you go through the preliminary evaluation, then we go to the district evaluation stage. Before that, we would provide the youngsters who qualify for the preliminary evaluation inputs for improving the idea further. We give them a number of webinars. Number 1 on design thinking. Number 2 on social entrepreneurship. Number 3 on research methodology, which would help them refine the idea further. It is based on this that they present it before the District Innovation Framework, District Innovation Council, which is headed by the District Panchayat President and the District Collector in each district. So this is how the whole program has been structured. I'm extremely thankful for given this opportunity by the Marcus Institute, which is doing a fabulous work in education as well as social work, especially in North Kerala. I'm aware of the group of institutions. So I'm extremely happy for having given this opportunity to address the members of the faculty on this program. I request you to come up with your questions or observations or comments on the program. I would be ready to respond. Thank you.
Unnikrishnan sir, shall we have the Q&A clarifications of the
Please.
Yeah. So participant, if you would love to have any questions clarified, please raise your hand, or I think you can unmute yourself, but once you ask the question, you have to mute. I'll give the, yeah. Now, whoever would love to ask, please unmute yourself and raise your questions. In case if you are not able to, please put in the chat box. I can try to unmute you from my end. Hope you, all of you, whoever would love to ask questions, can unmute yourself. Let me start with the question.
Hello.
Okay, Kadir sir, please. Kadir sir was asking a question.
Okay. Good afternoon, all my fellow principals, Mr. Dilshad and respected Unnikrishnan sir. I listened to your presentation and I am quite new to this entire program. Mr. Dilshad has been, telling me about this program since 2 years, I think. Yeah. And I'm really much excited to see your presentation. And my question, it is not a question, I think, it is just to know something about actually the, this KDIS, that means, Kerala government project, how this can be utilized for the students for their further studies if they are getting any kind of certification or anything. For example, we are having sports, arts, and many other, SPC or NCC or any other, various groups are there under government of Kerala, and they are having some sort of reservation in the sense, some meritorious reservations, which will be taking them forward for their further studies, maybe for their career, advancement and all. So likewise, this can also be a reason for that. That is my, humble submission to you, just for a clarification.
Unnikrishnan sir, please unmute yourself. You're not audible right now. Yes.
Dr. Kader, good suggestion. A few things. Number one, as a part of this program, we are giving everybody who is participating at the preliminary level, the district level, and the state level a participation certificate for participating in the event. Subsequently, whoever qualifies as a program at the state level, we have two tracks, the golden track and the silver track. We provide them, number one, mentoring support to continue with their idea. This is offered for 3 years. Whether they are continuing with the educational institution, whether they qualify, whether they get a job, they can continue for 3 years working on this particular program. We would provide them continued support from the industry, from the government, and from the mentorship perspective, and also provide them grant for developing the idea into a product. If they want to do some fabrication, if they want to do some field study, we will provide a grant-in-aid support for them. So this is also assured as a part of the program. And we are trying to see whether this program could be added as a credit in the universities and also as a part of the schooling right now, as it is in international, in countries abroad and the United States. Innovation is not something outside as an extracurricular activity, but it is very much part of the curriculum. So we are all trying to, a number of universities, for instance, yesterday, the Kerala Veterinary and Animal Science University, I had a webinar with them. They had suggested that it would be good if this could be brought as a credit for their academic study. So we are trying to see whether we provide, apart from the participation certificate, we provide as a part of the YIP program, whoever qualifies as a part of the program. Apart from the scholarship, we also provide them a certificate of the government of Kerala, which of course is a promising thing for the national innovation ranking for all the institutions. Marcus Institute also should be attempting the open university and the various sort of rankings which are available now. One of the rankings is the national innovation ranking, and the YIP program participation and involvement would give the Marcus group of institutions an opportunity for improving their national innovation ranking. So I think at the institution level, as well as the children level, this is an opportunity. And I would definitely take the observation which Mr. Kader has raised as a very important one, and would see whether the education department also would like to give some credit to the children who qualify for the YIP program. I would expect.
No, in addition to that, I'd like to ask one more question. The name is Young Innovation, YIP. So young means, is there any age level from this age to that
from
age?
12 to 32 is the right now the age group. The upper age limit is the senior research fellow in the scientific department here. In ICAR, it is 35. So actually it is 32 to 12 to 35.
12 to 35. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So one of my question is, I have a couple of questions. One of the question is the program this time, last year it was 1 year, and this year we have seen that this is going to be a 3-year program.
3 year, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And here in the competition, we have district level and state level. These are the two competitions.
That's right.
And in the two competition, we will have categories, school and other categories. Can you talk about the different categories of the competition?
We have school as a category. We have students from colleges and universities coming together. Then fellows from the research institutions will be a third category. So we have actually 3 categories: juniors, seniors, and research fellows.
And this category and this competition goes with different levels, starting from the district and the state. Two levels, right?
Two levels.
And you also talked about golden and the golden
silver track, golden track and the silver track.
Could you talk about that? The steps, the steps.
That is once the state level qualification is done, we divide them into 2 tracks: the golden track and the silver track. Basically, there is no difference. Only thing is that golden track are people who have a higher ranking.
All right. Okay. Starting from the district level competition, so you need
initially there is a preliminary evaluation. Once these ideas are posted, there is a preliminary thematic evaluation which will be done. That is, it's only a screening evaluation to screen out useless stuff from the whole thing. Most of the people would qualify at the preliminary stage. Then it is a presentation comes at the district stage, where the teams will be asked to formally present, where we will look at what is the overall grouping capability which the institution, which they have come up, and then the merit of the idea. Both will be evaluated at the district. That is at the district.
So once the preliminary evaluation get over, that is the idea registration part. You will be going through the registered idea, where you will be playing the best ideas, right? Where once that got over, then they will be going for the district level competition.
Before the district level competition, they are given some inputs, how to improve, to refine their ideas.
All right.
That is through webinars.
All right. So that happens after the screening of the preliminary.
After the preliminary screening, immediately after the preliminary screening, the innovators, the young innovators, through their primary contacts will be intimated that, okay, you have done the preliminary qualification. Now you are ready for the district evaluation. Before the district evaluation, you will have to make a presentation. This will be the structure of the presentation. you will be getting some inputs on how to refine this idea through these webinars. So go through these webinars and then prepare your presentation.
Well,
That is
so since this is the season of the lockdown, the pandemic, during the COVID pandemic disease
This is
season,
completely done virtually. This is completely done virtually. No travel. No travel.
all right.
That is, we are making it very clear. That's completely done virtually.
So once the district level competition also got over, then before the state, there will be again interventions.
Again, further inputs will be given.
All right. So once and the calendar of the program, we have seen the 3-year program, and 3-year program, the competition of the district and the state may be getting over this year itself. Am I right?
That's right. We have in fact 2 cycles this year. The first cycle ends by October, and the second cycle for people who couldn't come during the first cycle can come through the October cycle also.
All right.
So if some children cannot cope up with this schedule during this time, they can join in the October cycle.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So once they are got selected, and they will be partnering with, they will be getting a mentorship from the premier institutes like
Exactly. We have the major research institutions and academic institutions in the state. They are connected. They will be brought onto the network. We have also a panel of international experts who basically Malayalis who have gone abroad, who are ready to guide the children, who have come up in the various universities. They will be also brought in, connected with the children.
So that journey start after the state level competition.
That's right. Exactly.
So is there any number or cap, this many number of the students will be
During the first year, we had 204 students. Last year, we got multiplied it to 371. This year, we would definitely increase it more. We have 2 cycles also. We want to at least double that 370 to 750 or even 1,000.
Okay.
The problem is basically in terms of number of students who are participating rather than not the available slots. We have found that the number of students, the participation is quite often a limitation because people are not exposed to innovation and these related things because these are all new things. And there is a general feeling that this is only for high technology. No, this is for arts, this is for creative aspects also. So arts, ethics, all these aspects are covered as a part of this.
Amazing. Beautiful. Any questions, please, participants?
Yeah, Dilshad, myself, Shafi.
Okay,
Yes.
Shafi sir. Shafi sir is the principal of Marcus Balsheri.
Thank you so much, Unnikrishnan sir, for your clear-cut explanation, and I also appreciate the right intervention of Kada sir and Dilshad, which gave us a full picture about this program. And my question is there any journals or articles is available to support the students to bring out their ideas, to develop the ideas? Can you suggest anything, sir?
We have a strategy paper on the Young Innovation Program, but as such, this is a sort of a new area. There are journals which focus on innovation. There is a which focus on innovation, but in terms of how to come up with new ideas and things like that, this is a sort of a new area. I don't think that there are, ready-made manuals which are available on this. But of course, I can have a look at it and then share with Anu so that it can reach you. A number of universities have got programs. International universities have got programs where they look at mechanisms for innovation promotion. This is a sort of a new area. So how to come up with ideas, basically this is is a question which, if you ask how to solve a problem, how to solve a real life problem. So, the best experience you can have worldwide, the best inventor that we have seen is Thomas Alva Edison. The history of Thomas Alva Edison is the best story which any child or a youngster can look at as a journey of solving problems and innovation. Like that, there are a number of illuminaries who have contributed substantively in providing, innovative solutions for the problem around us. So the last 3-4 centuries of scientific pursuit has come up with these. nowadays what is happening is that this is also linked with business development. And so it is business development and profit. So it is sort of clouded with commercial interests. So generally, many such stories are not available in the public domain because many of these are related to reaping profits and benefits. That is the only unfortunate part of it. But quite a lot of innovation promotion initiatives are there in the open domain. There is even a framework of something which is called the Open Innovation Framework, which essentially advocates people to come up with solutions in the public domain for social problems. That's called an Open Innovation Framework. There are a number of universities connected to the Open Innovation Framework. So I cannot straight away propose you journals which can provide solutions for how to come up with ideas and how to solve problems, etc. But of course, I have a strategy document which I can share with you, which is the YIP strategy document, which I would be able to share with you readily. And also I will be on the lookout of some material, because we had been in the process of creating something what is called a problem repository, which is a repository of some important problems which Kerala finds it extremely important, where we had been also looking at how to come up with a structure for problem solving. That is in fact, that is what is embedded in our idea portal. Help children, we help children to refine their idea. Basically, we say that an idea is also a problem. And a problem always has a number of beneficiaries who will get benefit out of solution of the problem. And for any problem, there are multiple solutions, apart from the particular solution which the youngster is proposing. So there has to be a comparison between the other solutions and this particular problem. And that gives us the energy and also resources to take it forward. So that's a sort of problem solving framework which we have put forward, which basically has emerged from our inquiries of a problem repository. There are a number of publications which are available, basically on written by inventors and innovators. In fact, during the first 2018, the Young Innovators program, for each of the children, we gave 2 books and a small tablet for the winners. So basically, all those books were written by prominent innovators, explaining what their journey for innovation and invention had been. So a large number of such books were identified by us. I have a list of those publications available with me, which I would be happy to share with you, so that when you later on take books for your library and make publications available for your children, this could be a sort of a reference list which you could look at. Thank you for raising this, Mohammed Shafi.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? What I find so fascinating is the students from the age of 12 onwards, they're getting chance to explore the idea and getting opportunity to get mentorship from the eminent personalities and the high profile people of the premier institute, and starting with working with such institute during the time of the schooling itself, and that of course will give lots of excitement and exposure for their career and their life ahead. And of course, the age group is so amazing. That age group, if possible to give such a open or wider opportunity, then I think something amazing will be coming up after the engagement of this kind of program by the KDISC YIP. So that is a fascinating thing. The people who are interested in the medicine, and then they're connected with the medical college, interested in the water, in the CWRDM, in the business IIM. So it's like, which is an amazing thing what I find. Anyway, thanks to the YIP and the KDIS, and of course the strategic advisor, uh, uh, sir. Well, I just made a comment. That's all.
Now, my request finally, as my parting remark, basically there is an institutional registration process. If the school is not registered, we can immediately straight away register the institution right now as a part of the idea registration. The idea registration URL is www.yipkerala.gov.in. And once you can just Google YIP Kerala and you are taken to that site, and you go to post your idea and you can post the idea. Before that, they will ask you whether the particular institution where you are learning is registered with us. If it is not, there are two lists. You can check the list. There are a number of institutions which are registered already. If that's not registered, you can just add the name of the institution, the head of the institution's detail, and the mobile number and the mail ID. Once that is done, then we will follow up with the institution to do the registration. Further inputs would be given to this particular person who is helping, who is coming and trying to post the idea. We will send a link to that particular person as soon as the institution is registered, as soon as we take steps for registration of the institution, and subsequently the person can go ahead and register the details of the ideators and register the idea. So kindly make it try and go to the link. I will paste the link in the chat window also, because somebody had raised this question. Just a minute. YIPkerala.gov.in is the URL. YIPkerala.gov.in is the URL. So,
Sir, I have already pasted it. Yes.
yeah. So it has also been pasted on the chat window. So basically, you go to this particular site and do the institutional registration and the idea registration. And this is an amazing opportunity, as Dilshad was also talking about. We will try to give exposure to the kids who are coming as a part of the challenge, to connect them with institutions, with research and academic fraternities, so that they get exposed at the younger age to the possibilities of scientific innovation. So I'm extremely happy that this discussion with the Marcus group of institutions has happened. And if there is any support which is required, Anu is there, who will provide you the support in Calicut. There are our district program initiative, the district program executives in Malappuram, Kasaragod, Kannur, and other districts also available for supporting the institutions in the respective districts. And they will provide you support and hand-holding for any problem that you're facing in terms of the idea registration and coming on board to the YIP challenge. Thank you so much.
Okay. So we are winding up the session. Just before, if there is any question, then we can take, and then if there is no, then we will wind up here. We really thank Anu for arranging the session, and of course for Unnikrishnan sir, all the gratitude and sincere gratitude to coming online and having this webinar for us. And we have got clear idea. The clarity is what give us the confidence to go ahead with the program. So there is no ambiguity right now, for me at least, and I think the same is for the rest of the participant here. And I think Anu will be there on the call for any clarifications, I suppose. Am I right?
Yeah, sure. You may contact me anytime.
Okay. So what we were looking at is, this time we are trying maximum students to participate the program, and so glad that the second round also coming up, in case if somebody is not able to Then once this first batch get into it, and then that's great that you have brought second layer also, second cycle also for this year. Last year we haven't have such. I don't know.
We had only one cycle. We had only one cycle last time.
One cycle. So thanking you once again to Anu and Unnikrishnan sir, and Manu also was here. Manu did not talk anyway. He was sharing the PPT over there. And all the principals and the teachers joined for the session. There is another question, conduct of officials.
Please.
Abdu, I think that is Abdu sir, I do not know. Conduct of officials.
Okay. The contact is Anu's contact.
Yeah, I have given, sir. I have given.
Okay. All right. Abdu sir, I suppose Abdu sir Manipur, the principal of Calicut Girls, I do not know. Okay. So hello.
Hello.
Okay. So Unnikrishnan sir, shall we wind up?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.